Hello and welcome to another episode of Hawaiian Shirt Projects. Today we're going to be working on repairing my roof. We're going to take a break from the pallet shed build. Had a windstorm come through, ripped off a bunch of shingles, so we got to take care of that before we get snow or rain. I'm going to be using a hammer, pry bar, a little bit of silicone, and I should get some razor blades, but didn't have them at the time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shove the pry bar underneath the shingle to get that nail started up. Then we're just going to use the claw side of it, pull that nail the remainder of the way out. If you got a tough nail, you could use the other side of the claw, give you a little bit better leverage. But again, just get that nail started, pull her on out. We're going to be doing this with every shingle that is busted or torn, as well as we're going to be going through and taking out all the nails from the ones that are just completely missing from the roof. Make sure we're not trying to drive a nail on top of another nail. See, just like that, I'm going to use the claw side of it to actually dig that nail out. It was a bit of a pain in the butt. But I'm going, like I said, I'm going to go through and do that for all of the busted shingles. Get them all torn up. Here's a little bit better review for you guys. I'm going to start underneath to try and get it started. And then you'll work it the rest of the way out. And you'll want to go a couple of rows higher with your nails. You'll know when it's loose because you'll be able to pull the shingle out for your patch job, because there's 2 rows of nails, and I'll go into more on that later on in the video. But you want to make sure you get all those nails out to be able to pull the busted ones out. As you can see here, got all the bad shingles removed, pulled up. Ideally, I wish I had some roof wrap or some tar paper, but I don't, so we're just going to go with this at the moment. It's just a temporary job. Now here, I should have used a roof knife, but I don't have one. So I went ahead and folded it back and forth. Here's a picture of the roof knives. Kind of pressed down on it, and then was able to tear it off. Wasn't too difficult, but it would have been a heck of a lot easier if I just had a roof knife. So the idea of that, cutting it is to size, that way they butt up side to side on each section. Now some of your guys' shingles may have tar on the back, so just go ahead and rip that plastic off, expose that tar. Like I said, I'm going to be using silicone. I'm going to do a bead of it along the edge of the shingle. This is going to be acting as an adhesive due to the fact I'm in high wind right now. It'll help hold it down as well as the nails are. Just give it that little extra support until the wind dies down and everything can settle. I'm just going to take my nails, drive them in. I probably used a bit too many nails during this project, but I'd rather be safe than sorry when it comes to holding these things down in the wind that we have around here. I mean, today it's not too bad, only about a 40-mile-an-hour wind, but as you can see, it's enough to knock over my camera. I don't want ripping my shingles off. But I'll just continue down the line. You always want to start from the bottom and work your way up when it comes to shingles. That way they're overlapping like this. So here I'm just going to show you a better example. I'm talking about 2 rows. One row is going to go in the middle of each shingle, but in doing so it's going to connect them. But right there is going to be a row of nails, and then up here at the top in the middle of the other section is another row. That's going to hold them down pretty good. Now you're also going to want to overlap side to side about 6 inches or so. That's going to keep that crease from lining up with each other and creating another leak. So just make sure you offset them a little bit. Be good after that. So I'm just going to continue on laying the shingles again, starting at the bottom. Lay a bead of silicone, lay the shingle on top, tack it down with some nails. 1 row straight across the middle, and then when I do the next row above the middle row on it, we'll go through the top of that shingle as well, making that 2 rows, like I said. Now it's kind of funny, when we started off working on this, before I climbed up the roof, no wind at all. Once I got up there, here we are fighting 40-mile-an-hour wind. But all in all, not a bad day. Now if you made it this far in this video, I'd like to say thank you. If you're enjoying the content that I'm providing, feel free to like and subscribe. Here's a little bit of a finished product view. Expect more projects like this from me later on. I am still working on the shed, so be aware for episode number 2 of that coming soon. And again, thank you. This was another Hawaiian Shirt Projects. Stay classy and party on.